If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? Your favorite words I would choke.
Happy Top 5 Tuesday to everyone in the sports universe. It is December the 27th, 2022. This is the AM Drive on our Twitter and YouTube pages. For Aaron Crouch, who again is not here with us, and Sammy Action, who tried it last Monday and unfortunately it cut off midway through recording. I am Michael Carvella saying, hello, it's been a long time. The show is presented, as always, by MikeandAaronDrive.com. It's our website, and technically it's our link tree with our socials, shop, sponsors, and YouTube, all in one friendly little link tree. Go to MikeandAaronDrive.com so you don't have to find our bios. It's just right there, simple website. On today's show, we're going to get to recapping NFL Week 16, including my take on the Colts, as they had another abysmal offensive game. What have we learned through Jeff Saturday's tenure and throughout the whole season for the Colts? Also, I'll touch on Chargers and Ravens clinching the playoffs, among other stories from this weekend. We'll also do NFL Betting Exchange. It's a updated version of the stock exchange because now we're having player stocks. I've got some fun little nuggets in there for you that we'll unveil next segment. Also, should Kliff Kingsbury be fired after an ESPN report came out that he and Kyler had a little bit of a rift and a drawing apart? Should it be Kliff Kingsbury that gets the axe in Arizona? And as always, our top 5 NFL, NBA, and NHL teams, along with the return of Bull Betting Bonanza. It should be very fun. It's time for the AM Drive, and let's get to it. Recapping the NFL Week 16. And let's start with the Colts. Last night, on Monday Night Football, the Indianapolis Colts lost to the Los Angeles Chargers. I believe it was 20-3. The Colts went 0 for 10 on third down. It was the second time this season, the Patriots game, that they went conversionless, if that's even a word, that they went without a conversion on third down. Of course, last time was the last game for Frank Reich, and so Jim Irsay went and called Jeff Saturday. Well, after last night, it's reported that Jim Irsay went and called. I'm kidding. I don't know who he called. I don't even know if he's got it. I'm sure he's got his eye on somebody. But I'm just saying, okay, that was a dumb joke. Regardless, what have we learned as Jeff Saturday falls like what? 1-5, 1-4? I don't know what it is. I don't care. I think Colts fans want to care, but losing a playoff spot, it really doesn't matter. Okay, can we just beat the Texans? Like, that'd be cool. Depends on how much I end up liking Bryce Young. I could probably figure that out in the next week and tell you guys if I hope that we lose to the Texans. But here's another thing. I don't think people grasp fully that Matt Ryan was not the issue. All year long, it's been about Matt Ryan. How many times have we heard as Colts fans and from Colts fans, from the media, from everybody, from people on Twitter, see, Matt Ryan's washed. See, that dude's not a Hall of Famer. Blew a 33-0 lead. He fumbled again. It all falls back on the quarterback with casual fans. And it's quite comical. But as last night showed, is Nick Foles got the start. What I thought was a funny move. Nick Foles was absolutely terrible. And I don't think people understand the grasp, the magnitude of what I'm saying. He was horrendously awful. I mean, this dude was Horrible. And the Colts would not bench him. Would not bench him. But we've seen Sam Ellinger try. I thought Sam Ellinger was going to have something going because he can at least run. Guys, it's our offensive line. And I want every Colts fan, every media person who said it, every Twitter finger user guy to apologize to Matt Ryan because we've seen 3 quarterbacks try and miserably fail with this offense. Forget the fact that Jonathan Taylor did not play last night. Forget the fact that the Colts have like one of the bottom separation rates in the NFL. Come on, guys. Forget the fact that the offensive coordinator is some dude that was hired basically from video internship. Okay? Like this is not built for success. And to blame the quarterback is not fair to him. It's not fair to the team. Well, it might be fair to the team. But it's just, why would you, what is the point of that? Why run Matt Ryan out of town? Let's drive Bryce Young, everything's fixed. No. Let's get Tom Brady. Okay. Let's get Baker Mayfield. I mean, I've seen everyone you could think of. Look, we should bring Carson Wentz back. Like, no, stop it. It's over. The season is completely finished. We have like, 2 games just to salvage it? None that it matters. But it wasn't Matt Ryan's fault. And I really hope that was on display last night. You know, the Colts had 4 nationally televised games this season that the NFL refused to flex out. Now, granted, you couldn't flex out Monday night and then Thursday night games, but the fact is, Colts got 4 nationally televised games. And one part of me is like bittersweet because I've been saying for years why I cannot watch my Colts. Like I always have to like bootleg them living in Georgia. But now it's like, I'm almost relieved it's over so everyone can just shut up about Matt Ryan. Like we get it. You see the couple games that's on national television. Whoop-de-doo, casual fans. Leave us alone. I used to want people to talk about my team, and now I don't. Also, we learned that Jeff Saturday has had ups and downs. Mostly downs, but there's been a few, like leading the Vikings 33-0. A team that's got 1-score miracle and lightning in their butt. We had the Eagles dead to rights into the final drive. We beat the Raiders this first game. Competitive with the Cowboys until their talent showed up. Like, I think we can believe, I believe and I think it's true that Jeff Saturday was not the horrible interim hire everyone thought he was. Now, for every one of these nationally televised games, I think it was 2 of them with Jeff Saturday. Oh, there was Jeff Saturday making another dumb decision. He was nitpicked. I get it. Like Jeff Saturday became the president of the United States. Everything he did was in a national spotlight for God knows no reason. And now we can just hopefully win the last 2 games. Again, I don't know if I want that to happen yet. I don't like to root for losing, but if we do, we also need to nail our first 3 draft picks. I know it's not the off season, but I don't care if it's a quarterback and 2 offensive tackles or another running back and 2 offensive tackles or wide receiver. I don't care. Just nail the first 3 to 5 picks, please. I don't care if it's Chris Ballard. Just someone's got to give us. Our defense is too darn good, and it's kept us in a lot of games we should not be in. That's a huge deal for me. And I think there's a slight little tweaks you can do to this roster and to this team, because we showed that after the Colts hired Jeff Saturday on an interim basis. Again, I'll say that. I think we've learned that this team had good chemistry because they won the next game. When there was literally media heads that I heard multiple ones saying, "Oh, this team's going to fall apart." Why? I haven't seen them fall apart. I mean, in order to blow a 33-0 lead, you have to get to that point. Pretty impressive. The Packers stayed alive, and Tua, I don't know if he did or didn't, because he got another concussion. Now, at first, I read that Tua threw 3 interceptions, and yeah, I know they were god awful. And then all of a sudden, every Tua hater that's been like literally had a zip on their mouth for the last 10 weeks. Oh, see, Tua stinks. Well, I don't know. And then afterwards, I'm glad I stuck by my guns because we saw a breakdown of a play in the second quarter, I believe it was, where Tua has concussion-like symptoms. One of the dumbest things in the NFL is to allow a player back in the game after being evaluated for concussion-like symptoms. Chances are, if he's dizzy or if he's got a headache, he might have a concussion. I don't care what form, I don't care how severe it is. I saw a Patriots player, I think it was the Buccaneers, Logan Ryan, was like this on his back. Like hands up like to his sides. And then like 2 plays later, oh, he's back in. Well, how? What do they do? What the medical tent is one of the biggest mirages in the NFL. It's one of the biggest fantasies and loopholes that these bastard billionaires get through. Oh, they're just going into the blue tent. Are we ever going to talk about what happens in the blue tent? Honestly, no shot of steroids, some cocaine. What's going on in there? Honestly, it is hysterical when I see and hear a commentator, a professional play-by-play broadcaster say, "Oh, well, they're going to the blue tent. Up next play." Well, hold on now. What is a blue tent? Turns out it's a place where teams don't care if you're hurt or not. Not these guys, the players care either. But the point is, Tua before the concussion was 9 of 12. Did not throw an interception. I believe he finished like 7 of 15 and 3 picks. I don't like blaming the picks on a concussion, but it is quite comical how often the NFL does this. Now, as for the Dolphins, as a team, they're sputtering. Although I think both things can be true. The Dolphins are a good team, and they just lost the Packers and the Bills. Like, I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers is not washed. Like, I mean, people are calling Aaron Rodgers washed. He's got a bunch of rookie wide receivers. Like, what? What? Yeah, he's not going to be on the same page for the first 10 weeks. But if he makes the playoffs, I will not be shocked. And shout out to Barry on Twitter who said, and you guys know who Barry is. I don't have to finish the name. Barry said, Aaron Rodgers, because I brought up the stat that this is the 3rd season in Aaron Rodgers' career. He's thrown 10 plus interceptions. Everyone else has like 8 of those seasons or more. Tom Brady has like 10 of them or whatever. But Barry takes it a step further and says Aaron Rodgers, last season he threw 11 picks, was 2011. Mic drop. I don't want to drop the mic, but you get it. Yeah. I mean, that's a dumb stat. I think it's an interesting one. It's worth being said. Cowboys barely got by Gardner Minshew, Cashew Mania, and the Eagles. I think both things can be true. I think the Cowboys should have won by more. But I think it also shows you that Jalen Hurts is not the MVP. Now, there are people saying Mahomes should get it. There are people saying Josh Allen. That's just that's dumb at this point. When that dude throws 3 more interceptions next week, we're still going to call him the MVP? Like, what are we doing here? Josh Allen, I've heard Jalen Hurts is a big, like, people really want to just write that in stone. I disagree. Because Gardner Minshew, well, Jalen Hurts would have won. Yeah, I agree. But Gardner Minshew lost by like, 3 or 6 points? It's not bad. It shows the team is not that much worse without Jalen Hurts. And also seeing Aaron's top 5, he agrees. But I think the Cowboys should have won by more in their defense. I said it before the game. On Friday, I believe, on the Pick 'em Wars podcast with Aaron, I said, Aaron, I think Micah Parsons can be neutralized. Now, granted, the last 3 drives, of course, he was really good. But for a good 3.5 quarters, he was stonewalled by the offensive line, and that matters. Also, the Chargers and the Ravens clinched the playoff spot. One of those teams is not like the other. I want Justin Herbert. I don't care. Justin Herbert is underwhelming. I'm sorry. He'll make the random amazing throw. But when I do that for Daniel Jones, he's average. Well, hold on now. When Daniel Jones makes amazing throws, how is that not really good arm talent? When Justin Herbert does it, he's an animal. No. Like, look at the stats. He's not great. I know, we see the circus throws, but like I said, when I say that about Daniel Jones, all of a sudden, oh no, you're wrong. Well, hold on. I'm just saying, as for the Ravens, they're dangerous, man. Their defense, and I said it weeks ago, is getting to a really elite point. Remember in the Dolphins game when they allowed a boatload of points in the fourth quarter earlier this season? Like, they've had so many games in the beginning of the season where it was like, oh God, Ravens stink, or they're blowing leads. Yeah, we get it. Should have already been a playoff spot like 2 weeks ago. Didn't happen. And Lamar Jackson should be back in the next week or two, right? And the Ravens, like when Joe Burrow had a healthy Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd and Hayden Hurst and Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon, literally scored 17 points against the Ravens. And the Ravens won 19-17. Whether you want to paint the picture or not, Ravens are no slouches. I would like to see Greg Roman get like more offense done here. I think when Lamar Jackson comes back, it's full steam ahead. And after this season, the conversations will be incredible. But I thought Ravens were Super Bowl contenders preseason. And now their defense is stepping up. Oh, yeah, they're coming. They're definitely on the rise. Way too much time in the first segment. We'll try to do it better next time. When I come back, NFL betting exchange. Which teams have the best value? Which teams are going up and which teams are going down? Also, player stock. Got some fun ones in there for you. And should we fire Kliff Kingsbury from the Cardinals? Talk about that next. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah. You want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
All right, guys, it is full swing winter, and that means more hoodies and more awesome winter merchandise for your favorite teams and players from every league and with daily deals. So to shop all that good stuff, got to go to mikeandaaron.com and do what? Got to click the F. That's right. Click the Fanatics logo And when you do, on MikeandAaronDrive.com, click the Fanatics logo. The entire Fanatics experience is at your disposal. So go there and click add to cart times Amelie, and you can support your team and player while supporting our show at the same time. And for that, we gracias. These Spanish people, I wonder if they were like these corny white people, always trying to make a Spanish, always trying to make combine Spanish with English. You know, Spanglish, gross. MikeandAaronDrive.com, click the Fanatics logo. NFL betting exchange. This was the stock exchange for the last 3 weeks to a month, but I decided to change it up. It's the same concept, which teams I believe are trending up and trending down. I also got some best value here. Trending up. Let's do the Packers and let's do the Buccaneers. I do those teams together because Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are both considered washed. But for Tom Brady, I think it's funny when Tom Brady suddenly cannot bring a poor supporting cast over the top. Oh, he's old. Well, hold on now. You mean for years it was just him in his prime being young and a winner? And now when he stinks it up, it's all, oh, this guy's going through a divorce. He wants to retire. Like, no. This is the same dude we have always seen. Come on, man. Don't do that. I do have to admit, though, I was impressed with the late pump fake. I believe it was in overtime where he found Russell Gage and just fooled the rookie cornerback. Like, Tom Brady played like crap the entire game, and that one little pump fake, like this joker. That was a good, great play. Other than that, hope he just falls off a cliff. Packers obviously showed up against the Dolphins, and I think that's no slouch of a team. Jaguars are trending up. Well, I mean, obviously, because they are the team that could actually clinch the AFC South in Week 18. We'll see what happens. Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, the godsend for them was Doug Peterson. And I kind of thought that going into the season, but boy, Doug Peterson should be a low-key candidate for Coach of the Year. I know there's a lot of guys up there, but Doug Peterson is definitely one of them, if that makes sense. He's not going to win it, but it's a dang good candidate, man. Like I was done with him after the Carson Wentz situation in Philadelphia. He came around and showed Trevor Lawrence how to be the number one prospect. Incredible. And good job for force-feeding Christian Kirk when that dude is inconsistent after being high paid. Zay Jones is back to being awesome and not just a hotel. Let me shut up. But yeah, you get it. No, good job for the Jaguars and Doug Peterson. And the 49ers. Took me a few weeks. I've always thought this team was one of my Super Bowl favorites. I believe I picked him in the Ravens preseason. And I'm telling you what, Brock Purdy, I look at his career stats at Iowa State. I'm like, dude, how the heck is Kyle Shanahan getting this out of that guy? I don't know if Brock Purdy worked on his game, because I don't think that's the case. Like, that dude was like a 4-year starter at Iowa State. Like, it's bounced around like a cheap prostitute in the NFL. Somehow gets to the 49ers, and it's like, he's good. What? Kyle Shanahan is a genius, man. I'm telling you. You didn't need to know that, but it happened. And also, Sammy texted me and Aaron saying this 49ers team defense is reminding him of the 2000 Ravens and the 1985 Bears. I said, whoa, Sammy. The Lord is watching you. And he said that they're pretty good. I mean, I'm going to have to watch some more games from them, but I'm like, okay. I mean, Sammy's like a very insightful guy, so I was shocked that he said that about a modern day team, but he might be right. Because the 49ers have not had a lot of bad games on defense. We'll see. Trending down, the Tennessee Titans, not just because I'm a Colts fan. because this team, here's what they're going to run Derrick Henry. They're going to get burned over the top on defense. They're going to keep on running Derrick Henry some more. But hope Ryan Tannehill or even Malik Willis can save the day. But if Derrick Henry fumbles the ball like he did in the last game, it's the last 2 games, I think, or if Derrick Henry gets stonewalled a couple times, like he can break off a big run. He can shoot you up. But man, Mike, like this guy Benjamin Albright on Twitter was like, "Oh, why should the Mike Vrabel be on the hot seat?" I'm like, well, I mean, I didn't personally say that, but I said I could see a person's points. Like the Titans just got rid of AJ Brown. Okay, wonderful. So are we just going to give the Titans credit for being good enough, or are we going to say like they're a great team, like a lot of people have tried to push that they are? Like Joe Burrow was set like 8 times in last year's playoff game, and they lost. They led the Chiefs by like 14 points, and they lost. Like that, and then this year they're going to blow the division? What? I don't care if Malik Willis or Ryan Tannehill is starting. I don't care if Satan or Jesus Christ is starting. That's on the coach, man. Well, Malik Willis, I don't know if like he's like getting first team reps or something in practice, but like they're not developing the guy at all. I don't care how bad a quarterback is. That was not the same dude I saw in college. He looks like, oh boy, now I got to throw it and save the day again after Derrick Henry got stopped. Like, no. Mike Vrabel should be held a little bit accountable. Again, I don't think he's on the hot seat for me. But is someone turning up a temperature? Yeah. It's like if 80 degrees was the hot seat, and it's like, nice temperature out. If it's getting cold outside, and I have the heat on like 55 or 60. Well, it's getting warm. It's not hot. You should get it. Actually, you may not. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah, by the way, best value. Packers are 60-1. That's incredible. Mostly because they haven't made the playoffs yet, but if the Packers made the playoffs with A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, a blooming Christian Watson, Aaron Rodgers, an opportunistic and tough defense, 60-1 is ice cream in your golden cake, man. And 49ers 7-1 is also kind of criminal. But if Packers is 60-1 is pretty insane. Like that's insane. I don't care if they haven't made the playoffs yet or not. That's bonkers. NFL player stocks. Trending up for me. Vikings, Justin Jefferson. It's amazing to me that Justin Jefferson has done this. Like, I feel like there's 3 or 4 games of these 1-score games the Vikings have had all year where he like makes the crucial catch late. And he's slowly starting to convince me that he might be the best receiver. I don't know if that's true. I know people like to shuffle between him, Devontae Adams, and Stephon Diggs. I even like DeAndre Hopkins when Trace McSorley isn't his freaking quarterback. But hey, I think Justin Jefferson's could be up there in my book pretty soon. Buccaneers Russell Gage Jr. Boy, I mentioned him a little bit earlier. That dude is a tough wide receiver. Like you hear about Chris Godwin and the new tight end K. Dotton. Mike Evans, who's a scumbag. You know all these guys. We have a Scotty Miller, but Russell Gage, man, has stayed on that Buccaneers team. And I believe that Russell Gage has actually sold me as like a tough guy when it counts. Tom Brady found him on 3rd down a couple times in that Arizona game. Also, Tennessee backup right guard Jordan Roos, that's Roos, was amazing for the Titans. I thought he was a starter because I don't pay attention to who everybody's right guard is. I'll be honest. But this Jordan Roos guy, number 70 with the long hair, he was impressive. He was the guy who carried Malik Willis on that touchdown run, on his first and only touchdown of his career. Like when he's like spinning off defenders and stuff, and then that one offensive lineman is dragging him towards the goal line to finish it off. That's Jordan Ruse. And I kind of watched him more and more the more and more I watched that game. Well, this guy's kind of awesome. Like he was not getting beat, although he's a right guard. It's not like he's a right tackle, left tackle, but it was like he was getting beat by the guy in front of him. He was like started like his last 32 games at Purdue. And that's Big Ten football, by the way. Hey, I like this guy. None of that matters. I just want to give him some credit. Trending down. Guys, what the crap is wrong with Deshaun Watson? Was it part of the contract that I don't know about? That he's supposed to play like crap for the rest of the season, even if he can play? Because this dude's horrible. That is not the same quarterback I used to know. I'm going to say he's trending down. Also, Mac Jones for the Patriots. I am really angry at how badly he executed that last drive against the Bengals. They were down 22-18. Really, I made like 20 or 30 to go. And Mac Jones, like 3 or 4 times on that drive, the play clock ran down. They finally got him for delay of game. Looked so discombobulated. Tried to call a timeout on one of them, couldn't do it, but got the ball off anyways. I was like, dude, these refs are giving you off, letting you off the hook, and they right on cue, delay of game. I don't know, man. I know Ramondre Stevenson was the one who fumbled. I believe he did in this game. Mac Jones did himself no favors, man. Like that dude, he was a study guru. I didn't see it. He folded, man. He folded like a cheap tent, as a vintage Stephen A used to say. But I'm gonna listen. That was bad. I thought Mac Jones was horrible. That last drive looked confused as crap. That was bad. And Patriots either give Bailey Zappi more chances or move on from both of them, because this is bad. I thought Mac Jones was starting to turn it around this year. He ain't it, man. I never thought he was, but he just ain't it. I'm sorry. So I was sacrificing Kliff Kingsbury. It was funny. Nathaniel Hackett got the axe, the Broncos coach, after 15 games. Everyone wants Jeff Saturday gone because he's, Colts are racist or whatever. Sean Payton is everybody's hero. He's even got some super coaching tree building up. He wants that Vic Fangio fellow, the defensive mastermind who's like 80 years old, coached the Broncos for like a year or two. They're going to be a package deal. You got to give a bunch of draft picks according to reports, whatever. But why does Kliff Kingsbury have to pay the price for the sins of Kyler Murray? Like, I told you guys this a few weeks ago with Aaron on the show. I was like, it's kind of unfair. I understand that eventually the Cardinals are going to stick with Kyler Murray. They're just going to blame Kliff Kingsbury. I think Kliff Kingsbury's actually done a really good job. Like, if you look at what you know about Kyler now, look how good the Cardinals were last season for the first 12 games. I think they made the playoffs once, at least once, maybe twice under Kliff Kingsbury. Like, give him a working quarterback, and who knows? Like, if Keontae Ingram doesn't fumble that football on that pretty easy pitch from like late in the game, Cardinals might win that game. Their defenses look much improved. Their offenses, has been good for what it's been given. With like 3 different quarterbacks this year. You said there's a quarterback who won't study. It's not racist to say you need to study in your contract, but Kyler thought it was because he's a brat. And now ESPN puts out an article saying Kliff Kingsbury's in coaching jeopardy because Kyler and him are growing distant. Man, who gives a crap? That's Kyler. If you mean after what we know about Kyler Murray, do we think that Kliff Kingsbury is to blame right there? Or do we think it's all Kyler Murray? I think it's 95% Kyler Murray. There's no way in a burning furnace that Kliff Kingsbury doesn't want to work things out. But he's going to get the axe. He's going to be called. I actually would not mind him getting the Colts job. I'm not kidding. There's a few guys I don't care about the Sean Payton thing. Honestly, I care less about that. because I think Sean Payton has been part of like some bounty gates, and I think Sean Payton is like underachieved with Drew Brees based on what Drew Brees was. But I think Kliff Kingsbury would be a good coach for the Colts, man. That's an offense, or at least an offensive coordinator for the Colts. That dude deserves another chance. The Cardinals and even the Kyler Murray PR is trying to push this narrative. Oh, Kliff Kingsbury. No, okay, yeah, keep doing that. Again, I expect it to happen. It's just so dirty the way they do things, man. I know you guys are going to sell tickets for the next 10 years with Kyler Murray, barring any more injuries. Okay, and Kliff Kingsbury had you guys competitive. I've been impressed. And he's going to have to get the axe for no godly reason. Incredible. When I come back, bowl betting bonanza continues for the first time this season after a really good first year for us. Aaron's got some picks. Also, top 5 NFL, NBA, and NHL teams on Top 5 Tuesday. We'll wrap it up next. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah. You want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
If you host a podcast or run a small business, it can be hard spreading the word, we'll be the first to admit. Friends want to check it out, but chances are they might not. So it's time to grow your brand with Popple. P-O-P-L. Popple is an easy-to-use but high-tech digital business card. You can get your Popple using the code AMDRIVE for 20% off your order. Set up your links and share. People you share with will not even need a Popple or the Popple app, so it makes it that much easier. So when you get your Popple and keychain, Pop's like even credit card form, enter that code AMDRIVE in all caps for 20% off on popl.co. Top 5 NFL teams, according to Sammy Action, he's got Chiefs and Bills at 1 and 2, Bengals at 3, Eagles at 4, and the 49ers at 5. Aaron Crouch has got Bills, Chiefs 1 and 2, Eagles at 3. He says that's with Gardner Minshew. He says if Jalen Hurts is the Eagles quarterback, Eagles are number 1. Hey. Number 4, the Bengals, and number 5, the Cowboys for Aaron. And for me, I've got Chiefs at 1, 49ers at 2, Eagles 3, Ravens 4, and Bills at 5. Top 5 NBA teams with Mike and Sammy. Let's go to Sammy first. Sammy's got Bucks at 1, Celtics and Nuggets, Grizzlies at 4, and the Brooklyn Nets, the red-hot Brooklyn Nets at 5. I've got the Pelicans at 1, the 76ers at 2, the Grizzlies at 3, the Celtics at 4, and the Bucks at 5. And top 5 NHL with Aaron. Boston Bruins at 1. Second are the Carolina Hurricanes. Third are the Toronto Maple Leafs. Fourth are the Vegas Golden Knights. And number 5, the New Jersey Devils. Let's get to bull betting bonanza as we wrap this thing up on this wonderful Top 5 Tuesday. So, last year we were really good against the spread. It was picking every bowl game against the spread only. There are 4 games today. Georgia Southern and Buffalo for the Camellia Bowl. Is Georgia Southern favored by 4.5? Aaron's got the Buffalo Bulls to cover, and I've got Georgia Southern to cover. Well, to cover the spread, Aaron's got the whatever, how that works, but you get it. I've got Georgia Southern minus 4.5. He's got Buffalo plus 4.5. Memphis Tigers and the Utah State Aggies. Aaron's got Memphis. I've got Memphis. That's for the First Responder Bowl. Coastal Carolina and East Carolina. Grayson McCall will play before transferring in the Birmingham Bowl. East Carolina Pirates are favored by 7. Aaron's got East Carolina. I think Coastal Carolina wins it outright, but I'll go with plus 7 for the sake of the show. And Wisconsin and Oklahoma State in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. It's Wisconsin minus 3.5. Aaron's got Oklahoma State. I also have the Cowboys. All right, we'll see what we do. And then we'll do some more probably tomorrow. But if not, we'll pick it back up on Friday because I'm probably going to miss Thursday. But you get it. We'll see where it goes for the first day. We'll do some more later on. And I know there's a bunch coming up this weekend because it's New Year's Eve coming, New Year's Day coming up. Good God almighty. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm Mike for this Mike's the first portion of the AM Drive. For Aaron Crouch, who will be back soon, I promise you, in semi-action. I am again, Mike Carvelis, but I already said that. Whatever. Drive safe. Bye.